present a lot of sort of theories describing how Japanese people have contextual selves. And so your self changes depending on where you are, who you're talking to. So it really depends on context. You don't have this sort of core thing about what constitutes yourself necessarily. It changes over time, and some people make a linguistic analysis by saying that there are many words for I. I is only, of course, you have only one word for I in English, whereas when you are learning Japanese, you have to change how you identify yourself. And many times, you might not even identify yourself. You don't really give a subject in a sentence much of the time in Japan. And depending on who you're talking to, you might call yourself watashi, watashi, or ore, boku, and so on. And it could be gendered, obviously. But there are many words for what in English you say I, which is kind of indivisible kind of I. So this kind of shows the contextual selves. Depending on who you're talking to, you're not just you not only sort of change the way you identify yourself, but of course the way you talk to others, how you present yourself. And this is a kind of, I think, core theory that has existed in discussing what's Japanese people like and so forth. And I think it's probably true to some extent, and Japanese people also like this idea to a certain extent, and so it holds true in some ways. The problem with this kind of analysis, again, is that it kind of assumes that all Western people don't have contextual selves. But I think, although even if you had just one word for I, many people might perform different identities depending on where you go, and this can happen subconsciously. But there's not a perhaps core value in that kind of behavior, which can be different. It doesn't mean that obviously every Western person who speaks English would not have a